Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After has 3 couples I already think are headed to the Last Resort spin-off. They better start booking their rooms at the resort now. Warning: the following contains spoilers from the 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After episode The Girl Who Made Her Choice. Stream it with an HBO Max subscription and read at your own risk. Every 90 Day Fiancé show seems to bleed into one spin-off or another spin-off these days. Happily Ever After certainly seems to be a conduit for cast to join 90 Day. The Last Resort, which makes sense due it's married couples evaluating their lives after nuptials, while some couples seem to be in a good place this season. It looks like 3 are already in need of making resort plans to work on their relationships. I have no idea if The Last Resort Season 3 will premiere on the 2025 TV schedule or if it'll be held for 2026. But I have some predictions about the couples who will participate. Barring some significant changes going down before the end of the season, I'd expect to see the following couples linking up again in the therapy-based spin-off. They had a good drama-free run after cutting ties with the bulk of Libby Castrovet's family, so it was only a matter of time before something bad came their way again. Andre had to come clean during the Moldovan trip that he might have lost $75,000 paying a Russian company to renovate a property he bought there shortly before the war with Ukraine. Libby wasn't thrilled by the news, primarily since he'd known for months and only decided to tell her after she and her father, Chuck, spotted the house in a state of disrepair. Libby ended up leaving Moldova with Chuck a week early, and it doesn't seem like Andre is going to join them on the flight home. Hopefully, he'll use that week to sort out what happened to their money and consider an apology and a way to make amends with his wife upon returning home. I'm almost certain this will be a major storyline heading into a future appearance on 90 Day, The Last Resort, especially when they're one of the few married veterans who haven't been on the show yet. Georgi Rusev and Darcy Silva haven't been seen in 90 Day Fiancé much as a couple ever since her spin-off was cancelled. But they're back and still dealing with some of the same insecurities they faced when dating. Darcy still seems to have some doubt that Georgi is proud to have her as a wife, and he hasn't done much to reassure her otherwise. Darcy already had an appearance on 90 Day, The Last Resort, when her sister Stacy was a part of the Season 2 cast. It's possible that it was a soft launch to remind the audience who she was, so that she can show up when the next season kicks off. She has enough relationship problems with Georgi to qualify, and again, there's a shrinking list of couples they can use for the show. I've been expecting issues to crop up between Adnan and Tigalili Abdelfattah ever since they decided to get married the first time they ever met in person. As one might expect, there were a lot of things they probably should have talked about in advance, like how the Muslim man would feel if his Christian wife didn't wish to convert to Islam. Now he's putting pressure on her to convert because she's pregnant with his child, and he wants his kid to start learning about his religion in the womb. Tigalili doesn't seem like she's going to budge on converting at this time, and this drama may roll into a future season of 90 Day, The Last Resort. When it comes to the 90 Day Fiancé universe, we've all learned one truth. Not every love story ends with a fairy tale kiss. Sometimes what starts with dreamy proposals and teary airport reunions quickly slides into explosive arguments, shady text messages, and awkward therapy sessions. That's why The Last Resort spinoff was born, because some couples need more than green cards and promises. They need full-blown intervention and maybe a couple's massage before calling it quits. As 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After continues to unravel its tangled web of love and chaos, I can't help but look at a few couples and think, yep, you're already halfway to the Florida Keys therapy retreat. Not every duo is built for a spin-off, but these 3, they practically have The Last Resort written across their storylines in flashing neon lights. Let's dive into the 3 couples who I believe are destined for round 2, or 3, of reality TV relationship boot camp. 1. Angela Deem and Michael Ilasami, the reboot that should have stayed shut down. If TLC handed out frequent flyer miles for breakups, Angela and Michael would be platinum members. They've been through everything. Accusations of cheating, dramatic phone smashes, explosive Instagram rants, surprise pop-ins, and, of course, their constant tug-of-war over trust. Angela's energy is pure chaos, sometimes hilarious, sometimes terrifying, and Michael? He's either suspiciously calm or suspiciously missing from the screen. Their dynamic is volatile, and that's exactly why producers can't resist putting them in every spin-off possible. On Happily Ever After, their latest storyline feels like déjà vu with new accessories. Angela doubts Michael's loyalty. Michael insists he's doing his best. Angela screams. Michael hangs up. Repeat. But underneath the drama, there's a thread of genuine affection, which is why they can't fully cut ties. And that's exactly why I see them headed for the last resort round 2. Honestly, can you imagine Angela in group therapy again, yelling over another couple's issues while simultaneously chain-smoking and reminding the room that she's the star? I don't even need to imagine it. It's inevitable. 2. Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods. The on-again, off-again carousel. At this point, Ed and Liz's relationship isn't so much a roller coaster as it is one of those broken carnival rides that jerks back and forth until someone gets sick. Their dynamic has always been turbulent. Public breakups, text messages gone viral, accusations of betrayal, and reconciliation after reconciliation. On Happily Ever After, they're still trying to prove that love conquers all. But honestly, the vibe screams less love story and more toxic loop. Liz wants stability, a genuine commitment and respect. Ed wants control, attention, and a partner who tolerates his quirks. It's a messy cocktail, and the cracks are already showing in every episode. The last resort practically exists for couples like Ed and Liz. Therapy exercises? They'd either storm out mid-session or accidentally make a breakthrough in between screaming matches. Group counseling? Ed would likely turn it into a TED Talk about how misunderstood he is, while Liz rolls her eyes into another dimension. The audience knows their future. They'll split, reconcile, and split again, probably all in one season of a spin-off. And frankly, TLC producers know gold when they see it. 3. Andre Castrovet and Elizabeth Libby Pothist. The family feud that never ends. Unlike the first 2 couples, Andre and Libby's drama isn't rooted in constant breakups. It's rooted in everyone else around them. If you've watched even 5 minutes of their storyline, you know that Libby's family could host a daytime talk show called Pothis Problems. On Happily Ever After, Andre is still clashing with Libby's siblings. There's always some new argument about money, real estate, or respect. And while Andre has softened slightly from his early bulldozer days, he still can't resist delivering sharp digs at her relatives. Libby, ever caught in the middle, continues playing peacekeeper, though her patience is wearing thinner by the season. Here's why I think they're headed for the last resort. Unlike Angela/Michael or Ed/Liz, Andre and Libby's issues aren't purely marital. They're about navigating external forces. Her family meddling, his immigration struggles, and the constant tug-of-war between independence and obligation. A group therapy retreat might not solve their problems, but it would certainly expose them under a microscope. Imagine Andre trying to keep his cool while another couple tells him to listen more. Imagine Libby opening up in a vulnerable therapy session while Andre interrupts to defend himself. It would be chaotic television magic. Why these 3 stand out? The Last Resort isn't just about putting struggling couples on camera. It's about watching combustible personalities collide in the same pressure cooker. And these 3 couples have exactly what TLC loves. Unfinished business. Angela and Michael will never be truly done. Ed and Liz will never stay broken up for long. Andre and Libby will never escape the Pothis circus. Big personalities. Angela's yelling, Ed's antics, and Andre's stubborn streak guarantee loud, dramatic moments. Emotional volatility. All 3 couples swing wildly between love and war, which makes for binge-worthy episodes. And let's be honest, TLC has built a brand around giving us more of the drama we can't look away from. These three couples are guaranteed to deliver. A peek at what their last resort arcs could look like. Angela and Michael. Angela accuses Michael of cheating on WhatsApp during a group therapy trust exercise. Michael storms off. The therapist sighs. By episode 5, they're dancing by the pool like nothing happened. Ed and Liz. Liz finally voices that she feels belittled in their relationship. Ed sulks, then makes a grand romantic gesture involving a resort chef and an overcooked steak. The gesture works for now. Andre and Libby. Their therapy sessions devolve into Andre arguing with Libby's siblings via FaceTime. Libby cries. The therapist reminds them the retreat is supposed to be about their marriage. Andre mutters about stupid Americans and storms out. It's practically scripted in the stars. Final thoughts. The path from happily ever after to the last resort. Happily ever after is supposed to be about couples who made it past the K-1 visa drama and found a way to build their lives together. But let's be honest, it's often just the beginning of round 2 of dysfunction. And when that dysfunction gets too messy to contain, that's when the last resort swoops in with a beachfront villa, a team of therapists and cameras rolling. Angela and Michael, Ed and Liz, and Andre and Libby may still be hanging on during this season of Happily Ever After. But the cracks are wide and growing. The fights are getting louder, the reconciliations shakier, and the stakes higher. They're not just reality stars. They're the inevitable headliners of the next couple's therapy retreat.